Welcome to the Explainer. So, have you ever felt like finding real, lasting love is, I don't know, more like winning the lottery than something you can actually build? Yeah, you are definitely not alone. Today, we're going to break down Thaddeus Mitchell's blueprint for finding and building a real partnership. He actually designed it for, and I love this, the brave and the tired. So, let's get right into it. This right here, this is the core idea. Mitchell's point is that the magical, instant feeling of infatuation, that's just the elevator ride. It gets you to the first floor fast. But a real partnership, that's about choosing to take the stairs together, step by step, day by day, even when you're tired. It's a conscious climb, not just some passive ride you go on. Okay, so if it's a climb, how do you even start? Well, Mitchell's blueprint begins not with meeting someone, but with knowing yourself. It's all about figuring out your own direction before you invite someone to walk that path with you. To keep from getting lost, Mitchell says you gotta map out your North Star. And let's be clear, this is not about creating some rigid checklist for the perfect person. No, it's about defining your direction with three key coordinates. First, your values. Those are your non-negotiables, right? Like kindness, growth. Second, your lifestyle. The stuff that's more negotiable, like city versus country living or how you handle money. And third, your pace. You know, how fast or slow you want to take things. I mean, this metaphor just hits the nail on the head. That initial spark of attraction is exciting, for sure. But a spark can't power a whole house. Compatibility, that's the wiring. It's the hidden, essential stuff that actually lets a connection function and last for the long haul. So the next step is to get kind of analytical about your own history. He calls it a pattern audit. It means looking at your past relationships not with judgment, but, well, like a scientist. What actually worked? What was a total disaster? You literally create a clear, simple list of patterns you want to keep and patterns you are definitely going to cut. This becomes your own personal field guide. Okay, so now you're actually on a date. What are you even looking for? Mitchell suggests this first three rule. Across those first few meetings, you're not trying to find a soulmate. Nope. You're just collecting data on three really crucial things. Are they genuinely curious about you? Are their words and actions consistent? And how do they show kindness, especially when they're a little stressed out? It's all about data, not drama. Right, so you've done the work, you've found someone who seems to align with your North Star. But finding them, that's just the start. Now we get into the second phase of this blueprint, the actual nitty-gritty work of building the partnership. This is about the skills you need to be a good partner, not just find one. And to navigate all the day-to-day stuff, Mitchell gives us this really powerful framework called the CARE stance. It's a choice, a mental shift. So instead of needing to be right or rushing to fix things, you lead with curiosity. Instead of getting defensive, you practice accountability. It's choosing steady reliability over chaotic intensity, and real empathy over just being efficient. And what's key here is that this is a practice, not a personality trait anyone is born with. To stop the daily grind from, grinding down your love, he suggests this short, structured house ops meeting, just once a week. And it's not about being unromantic. It's actually about handling the logistics of life, money, schedules, checking in on each other, and yeah, even planning for romance, so that resentment doesn't get a chance to build up in the silence. This just gets to such a crucial point in the whole blueprint. Being upfront about your needs, your limits, your capacity, it's not unromantic. It is the exact opposite. It makes your love more believable, more sustainable, because it's based in reality, not on this impossible fantasy that your partner should just magically know what you're thinking all the time. And let's be real, no partnership is perfect. So this blueprint doesn't just focus on the good stuff. It also gives us some really practical tools for handling the two things that can truly make or break a relationship: conflict and emotional safety. The source gives us a really clear comparison here. A safe partner, they admit when they're wrong, they protect the we of the relationship, they share power. An unsafe partner, though, they tend to deal in contempt, they keep score, their stories don't add up. It's all about learning to spot the patterns that build you up versus the ones that are slowly tearing you down. And for when you do have a conflict, this four-pass approach can turn a chaotic fight into a productive conversation. You start with curiosity, not accusations. You own your small part of it first. Then you name the real impact. And together, you come up with a plan for next time. It's a structure that's designed to keep you on the same team, even when you really disagree. So this brings us to the final and maybe the most important section. The big message here is that a partnership isn't some trophy you win and then put on a shelf. It's more like a garden you have to tend to. It's an ongoing practice, and for any practice, you're going to need a toolkit. So here's a really tangible tool for those heated moments. In the middle of an argument, this simple script does something kind of magical. It just hits the pause button. It reminds both of you that the real goal here is understanding, not winning. And it buys you just enough time to calm down so you can come back to the conversation as allies, not enemies. And then there's this one, a script for after you've, messed up. And just look at how it's built. It starts by owning the specific thing you did wrong. Then it names the impact it had on your partner, how it made them feel. And finally, it asks what they need for repair. See, this is so much more than just saying, I'm sorry. It's a real, powerful act of accountability and of care. And this is really the ultimate takeaway. The goal isn't a life of constant, explosive fireworks. The goal is to build something steady, something reliable. It's about collecting and stacking the firewood, all those small, consistent acts of care and commitment. So you have a source of warmth that can get you through any season, especially the cold ones. And that leaves us with this final thought. A partnership is built one brick at a time. So whether you're single right now or you're already in a relationship, what is one small, deliberate brick, one act of clarity or kindness or accountability that you can lay for your partnership today?